Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. We're excited to talk more about our new product, Google Play Games on PC. My name is Dan Pantumsinchai, and I'm a Strategic Partner Development Manager for Google Play. I'll be your host for the event. I'm joined by Ali Hung, who is a Developer Relations Engineer for Android and Google Play. We will also be hearing from several other Google team members later in the session as well. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. During the event, please do not record or share any of this content on social networks. If you have any questions, please raise your hand to ask during live Q&A or type your questions in the chat box. We'll have a live Q&A session at the end of the event today, but please do feel free to add your questions anytime. Here's the agenda for today's webinar. First, we'll start off with a session talking about how to expand your reach, engagement, and ROI on Google Play Games on PC. Next, we'll talk through the developer journey for developing on the platform. Next, we'll cover user sign-in, which helps us enable the cross-platform gaming, which is a key feature of Google Play Games on PC. After that, we'll talk about what's next on Google Play Games and go over a little bit of the go-to-market strategy. And finally, we'll wrap up with the frequently asked questions and live Q&A. So as you can see, we have a lot to cover, but first I want to start with a high-level overview of what Google Play Games is. So at a high level, Google Play Games is a PC application that lets you browse, download, and play select mobile games on a Windows desktop or laptop. Besides enjoying your favorite Android games on a PC, you'll have keyboard and mouse access, seamless sync across devices, and integration with Google Play Points. Now let's move on to the first topic of our webinar. The first section will focus on the business rationale behind this program. Our goal is to help you expand your reach, engagement, and ROI by distributing your games easily across mobile, tablet, Chromebooks, and now Windows PCs with our new offering. Let's see what we have to show.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. We're excited to talk more about our new product, Google Play Games on PC. Our goal is to help you expand your reach, engagement, and ROI by distributing your games easily across mobile, tablets, Chromebooks, and now Windows PCs with our new offering. My name is Urjan Dayal, and I'm the product lead for Google Play Games. With me today, I'm excited to be partnering with Shala Su and Neil Garde, who will be providing context on the multi-platform gaming opportunity, our new customer experience, and our developer requirements to participate in our new program. Let's jump in. At Google Play, our goal is always to make our products and services work better together and fit naturally into the lives of our players. Today, players have access to a multitude of devices that are capable of running games, but many times it's very difficult or impossible to continue a gaming experience from one device to the next. Often, progress and purchases do not transfer across devices, and players have to restart their favorite games from scratch on a new device, losing months or even years of progress, which is incredibly frustrating. And on the game development side, we understand it's not always easy to support additional platforms and devices when your code base, engine, tools, and testing process might have to drastically change to support a multi-platform world. And yet, when we look at the latest data, we've seen incredible growth in multi-platform gaming in the last few years. There are over 1.3 billion PC gamers around the world today, with 54% of US mobile gamers also being PC gamers. Globally, over 1 billion players are already playing games on both their mobile devices and their PCs, which presents a unique opportunity for developers. The player interest and desire is growing rapidly, so our mission was to build a great product that helps make gaming enjoyable on more devices for players and distribution simple for developers. With Google Play Games on PC, we've built a seamless and delightful experience for players to jump into great games across all their favorite devices. With this product, you could jump into a solo race of Asphalt 9 Legends while on the go on your Android phone, check in on your club members in the afternoon on your Android tablet, and wrap up with an epic multiplayer face-off at night on your Windows PC, all without losing any of your progress or achievements. Everything just works like you would want it to. And we've made finding and discovering great games a breeze with our Windows desktop client. We've designed an approachable, easy-to-use interface to jump into your favorites and uncover new must-haves. Seamless sign-in with your Play Game Services profile ensures all game progress and purchases are automatically carried over for every game. And for developers, the benefits of bringing your games to Windows PCs with Google Play Games are clear. We focused on simplifying the submission process so developers can publish once and play everywhere. The Play Developer Console you already work with allows you to do all of this in one place. We know safety and security are important, so we focused on building a trusted and secure runtime, and with the new Play Integrity API, you'll have protections against common forms of cheating and tampering. And finally, we're unlocking new end-to-end user acquisition capabilities for PCs, so you can expand your marketing reach beyond mobile and hit your ROI targets across all platforms. We're very excited about our new platform and all it has to offer for developers and players. Shala is now going to walk you through more global market trends and customer insights that will help you better understand the multi-platform opportunity for your business.
Thanks, Arjun. Hi, I'm Shala, a Strategic Partner Development Manager at Google Play. Before we show you the product we built, I'd like to share more market trends and customer feedback to help you better understand why this opportunity is exciting. Today, there are 3 billion users playing games across the globe. The gaming population continues to grow thanks to better internet infrastructure, affordable smartphone and mobile data plans. Asia Pacific is also home to 3 of the top 4 gaming markets, which together have more than half of the world's online population. APAC is also a mobile-first market. Many users find it convenient to discover and enjoy games on mobile devices, while passionate gamers still own multiple gaming devices, including consoles and PC. To satisfy the large population of players, game developers in APAC have been introducing more high-fidelity games across PC and mobile. Our consumer research conducted last year showed that the gamers in APAC have the highest weekly average playtime of all regions at 17.4 hours per week. Gaming has become an important part of users' life in APAC. We are also curious about how users are spending their time across devices they own. Through another internal Google research, we asked gamers between the ages of 13 and 54 which devices they used to play video games in the past month. The results show that many gamers are spending time on multiple devices, often splitting their time across smartphone, PC, and console. For players already playing both mobile and PC games, 76% of them had a strong interest in playing their mobile games on a PC as an extension of the experience. This is an important proof point that helped us better understand the benefits of providing seamless solution to play mobile games on a PC. To better understand what motivates gamers to play games on multiple platforms, Google researchers gathered data from thousands of players and learned there are 3 major motivations for wanting to play a mobile game on a PC. The first motivation is approachability. Because mobile games were originally designed to enjoy on the go, their rules and environments are less complex, so it's easier to quickly jump in and make progress. The ability to use a mouse and keyboard can also make some mobile games more fun. While playing games, some gamers also like to switch over to different services such as YouTube and Discord to get tips on gameplay, chat with their friends, or live stream their current game sessions. So multitasking is the second motivation we heard consistently from the users. The third motivation is that it's much easier to immerse yourself in a game when that game is on a larger screen where all of the details are easy to see and navigate. So you can really dive into the game's environment. And PC players can leverage the full power of their machine to play their games with excellent performance. To reflect these growing user trends, some game developers are already moving fast and are beginning to publish their games on multiple platforms. When we surveyed game developers in Korea last year, 2/3 of developers responded that they are already investing in multi-platform gaming experiences, and they aim to provide a stable and safe gameplay environment for their users. We also heard from these developers that users who play on more platforms are more engaged and lead to much greater LTV over time, which can really help your business to grow. All these trends and data confirm that multi-platform is an important market expansion opportunity for Google Play to provide in order to improve the experiences for our developers and players. To make sure that we satisfy the gamers' expectation and improve their gaming experience, we've launched a beta of Google Play games in 3 major APAC markets, including Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, so we can learn more about what the players enjoy about the experience as we expand more globally. We look forward to working with all of you soon. Now, I'd like to invite Neil to show you the demo of Google Play games on PC and talk more about the technical requirements.
Thanks, Shala. Hi, I'm Neil, a product manager at Google Play, and I'm going to show you a quick demo of Google Play games on PC. I'll walk you through the experience of finding and playing your first game on PC. Starting off, you'll see that we're in our Google Play Games desktop client on PC. This is a standalone application you can download directly from the web. On the homepage, we're bringing a great discovery experience to life. After you sign in with your Play Game Services profile, we have several helpful ways for you to find a great game to play. The first is with our rich cards and clusters, which highlight the best parts of the game experience. The Continue Playing cluster on the right-hand side lets me quickly return to games that I've previously played on PC. When I scroll down, I can browse our other featured games and hit the Browse button at the bottom of the page to see our full content library. We have several games available today, and we've focused on bringing the best quality games into our catalog. Here, I'll click on Summoner's War, one of my favorite games to play on my phone. On the store listing for this game, I see more rich content formats, reviews, and more. Installing a game on Google Play Games is as simple as hitting the install button and launching it directly from within the client without the need to download any new exe files. Everything happens in one place. Once Summoner's War is finished downloading, I'm going to hit play to launch the game in full screen. One of the first things I see as the game starts up is that I'm automatically signed in with my Play Games Services profile. By being signed in, my game progress and purchases from my mobile Android device are automatically restored, resulting in a frictionless experience my first time playing this game on PC. As the game loads, I'm going to hit Shift-Tab to open the game menu, where I can refresh myself on the controls and make sure my gameplay settings are good to go. You might notice that the experience feels a lot like a native PC game, but under the hood, we're actually running an Android binary on the emulation technology we've developed. From a player's perspective, they're playing this game just like they would play any other native game on PC. And there we go. I'm ready to get started with gameplay. We're really excited about this new experience, and we hope our players enjoy it too. In addition to the games you just saw in that video, I want to highlight more of our development partners and their games that are available in our catalog today. The games in our catalog are played by hundreds of millions of Android active users. Our partners have managed to bring these games to PC without the major effort typically required to support a new platform. As we heard from Playrix, who has published 3 different games on the platform so far, Google Play Games has enabled them to bring their games to PC with just a fraction of the development and maintenance overhead that would normally come with a new platform. And with that, I want to dive into how you can optimize your Android game for PC. First, I'll give an overview of our technical requirements, then share what we're doing to make it easier to bring your existing game onto PCs. At a high level, we have 4 main requirements to be able to bring your game to PC. These are all required for any game on the platform, and we've developed these guidelines based on what we found matters the most to players on PCs. All games will need mouse and keyboard support and to be optimized for a larger screen size. For example, this might involve using higher quality assets and scaling your in-game UI to fit the larger screen. You'll also be required to sync players' game progress across devices, so they can seamlessly sign in and have continuity of play between mobile and PC, as you saw with Summoner's War in the product demo. Lastly, to fully optimize your game for PC, we require Android x86 support for the best possible performance. This format is currently supported by many popular game engines, including Unity, Unreal Engine, and Cocos Creator. Earlier, I talked about how we've made it much easier to bring your game to PC. We consistently hear from game developers that distributing to a new platform can require a lot of resources, including upfront deployment work and ongoing effort to run QA and maintain a new codebase. We've taken extra care to make sure that you can now distribute your game to all of these form factors while maintaining a single Android binary and codebase. Instead of developing a new format, you can just optimize your game for the new form factor and immediately distribute to phones, tablets, PCs, or Chromebooks. While these may seem like a lot of new devices, we've designed our guidelines so that by optimizing for Google Play Games, you can distribute your game not only to PCs, but also to tablets and Chromebooks. This is a market of 250 million devices where we see a continually growing number of gamers, a great bonus from optimizing your game for PCs. In addition to everything we've covered so far, we've also created a number of tools to make it easier to optimize your game. When playing a game with keyboard and mouse controls for the first time, learning the controls for the game can be really important. For this, we've developed a lightweight input controls SDK to help you share controls with players through our in-game menu. Second, we have an updated Play Game Services SDK to help support continuity of play between devices. You may already be using Play Game Services, but with our updated V2 SDK, you can now support automatic sign-in with just a few lines of code. Lastly, we have a new Play Integrity API that is currently available in beta. This helps you to detect attempts from players to cheat or tamper with your game on PC and ensure that your game is only running in the environments you've published to. You can learn more by visiting our website. To recap, we see PCs as an exciting new market to expand your audience. We've put in a lot of effort to build a great product experience and make the development and distribution as seamless as possible. We're really excited about the future of Google Play Games and what it means for the Play ecosystem. If you're interested in bringing your Android game to PC, visit google.com/play/Google Play Games today to learn more and express interest in joining the beta. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we hope you enjoyed the session.
Thank you, Arjun, Shala, and Neil for the presentation. We are truly excited for all the potential that this project has to offer to players and developers alike. For the next section, we will walk you through the journey of migrating your mobile game to Google Play Games on PC. And we will share some tips from developers who are bringing their best gameplay experiences to PC players. Let's begin the next session.
Thank you for joining our session today. We will walk you through the journey of migrating your mobile games to Google Play Game on PC. And we will share some tips from developers who are bringing their best game experience to PC players. My name is Shen Shen, and I'm a developer advocate on Google, working to help developers to be successful on Google Play. We will see a couple of examples today and see how they optimize the game for large screens. Also, I'm very glad to have our special guest speaker, Maggie from Moontown.
Hi, my name is Maggie and I am a publishing channel manager on Moontown. I will share the exciting journey on how we bring Mobile Legends Bang Bang to Google Play Games on PC.
So, let's get started. Our research tells us that many mobile gamers really want to play their favorite mobile games on PC, if the opportunity exists to do this. We are bringing the new Google Play Games, which will offer users a seamless multi-platform experience on Windows PC. Google Play Games on PC will be a standalone Windows application for players to discover games, manage their libraries. It will feel just like any other native game on PC, but under the hood, we will work through Android emulation, and you will be able to publish and distribute your games on Windows with nearly no additional effort. Recently, we just launched the Google Play Game on PC beta in selected regions with some of the most popular games from Google Play. We have over 30 launch partners including Summoner War, Mobile Legends, Three Kingdom Tactic, Gardenscapes, and State of Survival. If you are a player in the beta regions, hope you are enjoying those fun games on PC. You may be wondering if you can just simply put the exact same mobile games on PC. The answer is yes and no. Our goal is to allow developers to publish the same artifact that serves both mobile and PC players. However, most of the existing mobile games are optimized for phone screen only. In order to bring the best quality games for PC users, there are a few more tasks we can plan ahead. With the tools provided by Google, developers can easily perform some necessary changes to fulfill the basic requirements for Google Play Games on PC and optimize the cross-screen experience. When we talk about player experience on large screen, it can be summarized in the four main aspects. These four basic requirements can ensure a decent experience for PC players. Let me walk through them one by one. First, allow players enjoying the game with keyboard and mouse. Because not every PC has a touchscreen, Secondly, some games might need to tweak the in-game UI or access quality to make it large screen friendly. The third, allow players to continuing play the same progress seamlessly across different devices without worrying about remembering or input password. This can be done with the new PGS Auto Sign SDK. Lastly, optimize the game with the suitable architecture for the platform. In PC's case, it is x86. Let me talk more about it, which is actually easy to do. x86 is widely supported across game engines. We worked with Unity recently to bring the x86 support back to Unity 2019 and further versions. All the libraries included in your game need to have the x86 ABI compatible versions to ensure the best performance and stability on the platform. Google Play games support both 32-bit and 64-bit versions, but you only need to choose one to meet the requirements. Worth mentioning that optimizing your games for PC also means optimizing your games for any large screen. It is quite a similar effort for you to assess the growing Chromebook and Android tablet market. With the publishing feature from Google Play console, it is quite a main effort to support all the release types to reach a large player base. We have provided the tools and SDK for developers to use a single release bundle to serve all the devices across Google Play. Google Play games on PC will offer a simulation mode for users to use mouse click as a touch input. This enables players to enjoy most of the mobile games without tweaking input from the developers. Obviously, you can do more to leverage the keyboard and the mouse. For example, you can assign hotkeys to keyboard, replace the virtual joystick, or find a better way to match multi-touch gestures. State of Survival is a leading simulation game on mobile developed by FunPlus. It has joined the beta launch of Google Play games on PC. State of Survival provides the function that uses mouse scroll to zoom in and out when players are managing their base. Players can now continue their adventure on the large screen to see the details of the game more clearly. You may be wondering how to teach players about a new way of playing the game. Don't worry, it is easy. We provided the Input Overlay SDK to help players easily learn the keyboard control to your game. There's a hotkey to call up the overlay of Google Play game. From there, users can do some common tasks, including viewing the control of the game. As you can see, you just need a couple of lines of code to let us SDK know about the key mapping. Then players are able to understand in the same way for all games. When players play the game on a large screen, they are expecting desktop quality of access, as well as the UI designed like a PC game. As players are using mouse to click the UI elements, our general guidance is that HUDs should take up no more than 20% of the screen. Google Play games on PC support both full screen and windowed mode with 4 different aspect ratios. When users change the window size, you don't have to worry about render resolution changes, but we would recommend you to support a dynamic DPI and claim it in the Android manifest. Yuma Musume is the top 1 mobile games in Japan in 2021. We are excited to announce that the game is coming to Google Play games on PC. The game has its unique game feature that require players to play different scenes in both landscape and portrait mode on mobile. The developer optimized the way they use the rotation of the window on the PC screen. Now players can view a more exciting match and easily switch to the adjusted portrait mode view. On Google Play games, you can expect a performance level that matches the high-end Android device released in the last 12 months. That means you should be confident to serve the best quality of your games to players on PC, or even bring it to the next level. We ask all the games on Google Play games to run with 60 FPS by default. The platform is actually using Vulkan as the default rendering backend. We are using Angle to automatically translate GLES games. Developers don't have to worry about it, but there's more to do if you want to optimize further. Since Google Play games will pass through compressed texture whenever possible, you should consider using DXTC or BPTC format to take advantage of PC hardware. Formats such as ETC1 and ETC2 will be decompressed by the OpenGL translation layer before sending to the native graphical stack. This will continue to work, but less optimal. Asphalt 9, the top racing game on mobile from Gameloft. It represents the stunning desktop racing experience with the AAA graphical quality on PC. It serves the DXTC texture on the PC version. As you may be wondering how they set up the build, let's check out more in the next slides. You don't have to create a separate build just for PC only, even if you want to deliver a different texture format to PC. Of course, you don't need to worry about delivering the unused textures to mobile users. With the help from App Bundle and the Play Assets Delivery, we provided a way for developers to do smart targeting on devices. You can create a single bundle with all the texture inside. For example, we will serve DXTC format only to Google Play games on PC, and deliver ASTC textures to all the devices compatible with it for better performance. The rest of the device will receiving ETC2 by default. With this setup, you can achieve an efficiency in building and the release process, as well as the optimal downloading on each device. You could learn more in another session, delivering optimized assets for your users with Play Assets Delivery, where we will talk more details about smart targeting. We believe that the essential user experience for cross-device gameplay is that players need a seamless way to continue their progress. Google Play Games users will be automatically sent to Play Game service at all the time, which will enable a frictionless continuity of play between mobile and PC. With the newly launched PGS V2, now you can just use one line of code to implement PGS in your game. Our partner Playrix brings 3 of their top titles to Google Play game already. Now every player in Gardenscapes, Homescapes, and Township can get an auto sign-in experience and get their progress automatically synced even the first time they log in on a new device. I would recommend watching another session. Use sign-in as easy as 1, 2, 3 to find out more details about Play Game service. Let me hand over to our guest speaker Maggie from Moontown. She will share their stories during joining Google Play Games on PC.
Hi again, this is Maggie. We are very excited to partner with Google to bring Mobile Legends Bang Bang to Google Play Games on PC. Now, players in battle regions can continue to their Legends fights by seamlessly connecting across devices to enjoy desktop quality gaming with their friends. Mobile Legends Bang Bang currently has over 100 million monthly active users who enjoy non-stop gameplay. Last year was a successful year for MLBB, including its esports division. Our M3 World Championship was ranked the top 3 esports event among all mobile esports tournaments, according to esports charts. In the global ranking for mobile esports viewing hours in 2021, MLBB ranked first with 386 million hours of total viewing, up 2.5 times compared to 2020. As you may know, when you control a hero in MLBB, you are relying on a virtual joystick. On the PC version, there will be controls on a keyboard to move or activate hero skills. We have also added shortcuts for casting skills. Players can easily understand those new controls with a common overlay from Google Play Games, which is provided by the Input Overlay SDK. What's more, we also tweaked the tutorial for PC players to get up to speed with new controls. In order to support the seamless play experience from mobile to PC, we use the new PGS V2 SDK that allows all our players to link their progress with PGS, which will automatically sync on all Google platforms. The PC version of the game will automatically select the highest quality level and choose 60 FPS by default for the best mobile experience. We used Play Asset Delivery's newest feature, device tier targeting, to deliver 4 different levels of assets to different devices for seamless gameplay. With a single app bundle, we are able to serve the most suitable assets from low-end mobile devices to Windows PC. Players can always start the game with the best quality they can get. It saves time to download and improves the onboarding experience. We are very excited to bring our games to Google Play Games. It took us just a few weeks of development time to make the PC version, which will let us gain access to a larger market and growth opportunity. With the developer tools provided by Google, it was quite easy for us to deploy and test our games on PC. A very important thing for me, as a person close to publishing, I would like to say it is also simple to manage new releases, including in-game patches. With the Google Play consoles or existing features, both the pre-release testing and post-release analysis are quite familiar and manageable for us. Our journey is just beginning. If you are located in the Google Play game beta regions, you are welcome to try out Mobile Legends Bang Bang on PC. Now I'll hand the presentation back to Shenshen.
Hi again. Google Play games will be released to the worldwide players later this year. And now, developers can submit an interest form through the link here. You don't have to wait. Check out the technical documents and start migrating your game now. Hope you're enjoying the session today and enjoying play games on PC. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Shenshen and Maggie, for the presentation. Our teams have worked closely with developers to ensure a smooth development process. We hope to do the same with all of you on the call today as well. Next, we will go over Google Play Game Services, which enables the PC mobile cross-platform experience through easy user sign-in. Let's begin the next session.
Hi, my name is Val Radu, and I'm a product manager on Play Game Services. My team's focus is on enabling seamless continuity across the entire Google Play gaming ecosystem. For today's talk, I'm joined by my colleague Andrew Julien. You've already heard in the keynote about the amazing new Google Play games on PC. To recap, here are some of the great features it includes. Seamless game continuity from mobile to PC to ensure all progress and purchases are available. An approachable Windows desktop client with rich clusters for game discovery. And simple and easy distribution through the Google Play console. And you've already learned that the seamless continuity of experience is powered by the new and improved Play Game Services. For this session, we'll do a deep dive into what PGS is and how you can use it to power continuity for your users. To start off, let's settle on what seamless continuity is, which is the property of a game that allows users to switch between devices while providing a frictionless restoration of the game state to the new device. And we spoke just now that many users want to switch between their phones and PCs, and how continuity is a key expectation. However, you should already be thinking about the many users that are already switching between multiple devices, like phones, tablets, or Chromebooks, over the course of the same day. And we need to remember that everyone changes to a new phone from time to time. With so many opportunities for users to change devices, and with billions of users on Google Play, there will be many millions who will need to restore their game states on another device every single day. And that journey of restoring state is critical to users. Our internal research shows that if it doesn't work for a game, users are likely to churn out completely out of that game. To sum it up, in the current world where users switch between devices, supporting multiple device types and seamless continuity between them is a must. But how can you, as a developer, make sure that your game offers seamless continuity? The key prerequisite for that is an authentication system that has a high success rate to sign in users, which in turn means low friction, is robust and easy to integrate, and is interoperable with any identity system. However, such an authentication system is very difficult to build and integrate because securing an authentication system is highly specialized and expensive. And then, username and password systems are difficult for users to manage since they are so very easy to forget. This also makes setting up a new device an especially risky moment for users. At the same time, it's very difficult to time the right moment when to trigger authentication. Too early and/or too much friction, and the user may churn. Too late, and you may have missed the window to provide a seamless continuity experience. Finally, interoperability with different identity systems on different platforms is complex. All of these reasons make it more likely for users to have suboptimal experience of continuity. In the best case, this results in high load on your support services, and in the worst case, it results in lost users. However, for games published to Google Play, we have a solution for these problems in Play Game Services. With PGS, you get an authentication system that has the security of Google behind it. Very low friction for users, with only a short configuration needed before being able to sign into a supported game with a zero-touch experience. The same user identity available everywhere where your Google Play game is available, that is on phone, tablet, Chromebooks, and PC, allowing you to restore the user's progress no matter how often they switch between devices. And finally, modularity, so you can use it with any other identity system you may be using. And with the recent launch of PGS v2, things are even better. Now, users are automatically signed in to game startup, so you can rely on having an identity for the user from the first interaction. The integration is very simple, and it doesn't need any complicated error handling. And finally, there are no external dependencies. The login flow doesn't require extra downloads or installs, and account creation and login will work out of the box. I want to also give you an idea of the reach of PGS. A majority of Android users already have a PGS profile. All these users are users that can sign into your PGS-enabled game immediately. All of these benefits of PGS v2 have led to strong adoption, and is already used in some very big titles like Asphalt 9 Legends, State of Survival, and Cookie Run Overgrade. Just one last point before we move on to the technical details. PGS can also bring other benefits to your game beyond enabling seamless content. For example, after launching PGS support in the game Wealthy, the Age of Merchant, Blanco's own network Korea has seen a 24% improvement in early game retention. This is just one example, and we know every game is different, so we're looking forward to hearing from you what other benefits PGS brings to you and your users. With that, I'll hand it over to Andrew, who will speak about the actual implementation of PGS in your game.
Thanks, Vlad. My name is Andrew Giuliano, and I'm a developer advocate for Android, focusing on helping developers be successful with Play technologies, and can be leveraged within your own identity system so that your users can seamlessly bring their game progress across surfaces. Let's focus on that first point. In the past, implementing PGS required a lot of code on the client to sign the user in, allow them to manage their account, and handle sign-outs. Now we've heard your feedback, and we wanted to make this a better experience. With PGS v2, sign-in is automatically triggered without needing extra code, and retrieving the player's info only takes a few lines of code. What used to take tens of hundreds of lines of code is now reduced to just several lines in your client. Let's take a look at the 3 steps to integrate PGS within your game. First, you'll need to go into the Play console, which you use today to distribute your games, among many other features. There's a dedicated Play Game Services section within the console, which will walk you through the steps needed to configure your PGS project so that your client code can call our APIs. Next, you'll need to pull in the Play SDK in your game client. In this example, we are using Java and Gradle. However, we also have native and Unity SDKs to simplify your developer experience with other setups. As you see here, you'll pull in the PGS SDK, specify your game's PGS project ID in the Android manifest, and finally instantiate the SDK in your application class. Finally, on startup in your client code, you can see if the user successfully logged into your game, and if so, what their player ID is. The first block of code here shows the call to ensure the user is logged in with your game. If the user chose to decline, we offer an API to re-trigger the sign-in prompt so that you can have a button in your game menu to log in case your user changes their mind. Otherwise, if the user is logged in, you can use the call in the second block to retrieve their player ID, which you can use to identify player cross services. And that's it. You now have the flow all set up for a user to sign in with your game, and you can retrieve the player ID. As you'll see later on, you don't need to worry about handling account management within your game, since the user's PGS account is managed in the OS settings. Some next steps that you can take advantage of now that PGS is in your game are integrating PGS friend lists, achievements, and leaderboards, We also offer REST APIs so that you can verify your PGS login attempts server-side with Play servers. Now, we won't cover these in our talk, but we do recommend reading more at our developer site. Next, let's talk about the frictionless user login experience with PGS and how this will get more users logged into your game. Previously, logging with PGS required the user to choose their account. We also used to require external dependencies, which would make creating a profile or signing in take longer. Again, we heard your feedback here and we wanted to make a better experience. Now, with PGS v2, most existing users will automatically be logged into PGS v2 enabled games without having to interact with a prompt. This means, once users opt in, they will be signed into your game without needing to do anything, whether it is their first time entering your game or your 100th. What's better? Users will have the same experience across surfaces, and as we discuss more later on, you can use the user's player ID to automatically restore their progress across surfaces before they even enter the game. Now, onboarding new users is an easy experience. In the matter of a couple of prompts and no external dependencies, users can create a new PGS ID. After this step, they will automatically be logged into PGS games, as we showed on that last slide. On mobile, PGS account management is now in the OS settings. With this change, your client code does not need to handle this flow anymore, and users have a single place to manage their PGS accounts across different games. Let's now talk about how PGS can help your game even if you have an existing identity system. You may be asking, why should I use PGS if I already have an identity system? And the answer is simple. With the frictionless experience users have when logging in with PGS across surfaces, you will get more users logged into your game. You can then use the PGS player ID as an identifier you can link within your own systems, so that when the player enters your game on another surface, they can be logged in without needing to enter a username or password, and they can pick up their progress even faster. On top of this, you can expect that devices with Play will have a Google account signed into their device. Using PGS is a seamless way for a user to log in across all our games on their device with a single account. Then when that user uses the same Google account to log in on other Android surfaces, such as Chromebook, Play games, and Android tablets, they will automatically port their ID as well. We've generally found that there are two approaches you can take when linking the player ID with your existing identity system. The first is to create a strong binding between PGS and your system, so that a user can always expect that their progress is attached to a single PGS account. In other words, this is a one-to-one relationship between PGS and your identity system. Another is to use a recall strategy, where you can use PGS to recall one or more accounts the player may have used when playing your game. This works best for games where users tend to use multiple accounts at the same time. So for example, if I log into 3 different accounts with your identity system while logged into the same PGS account, if I log into that same PGS account on another platform, your game could present the 3 different profile options for me to move forward with. As such, this is a one-to-many relationship between PGS and your identity system. To recap, PGS is now easier for the developer to integrate and a better experience for the user. With PGS, users can now more easily log into your game across Play surfaces, and whether you have an existing identity system or not, PGS can help you create a seamless experience for your users to restore and play your game. So integrate PGS today to get more users signed into your game across multiple devices and to offer them seamless continuity no matter how they switch between them. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Vlad and Andrew, for the presentation. Seamless continuity is key to unlocking the value to consumers, and we're happy to work with you all to implement this into your games. For our next section, before getting to Q&A, I want to tell about what's next for our program and what you can expect in the coming months. So let's dive right in. First, I want to give an update on our beta, which is currently live in Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. We've been actively engaging the press in order to drive awareness and early adoption for our product. Numerous press outlets worldwide have been reporting on our updates with a lot of positive coverage, as you can see here. When looking at feedback from beta users, we can see that they're loving their experience and are hungry for more content and updates. Here are a few direct quotes from happy consumers. The first says, "It's made by Google, so I can just trust Google Play games more compared to other emulators. There will be no security issues. If its convenience is improved, I will use it as my main emulator." Another says, I will definitely use it. Other emulators are really heavy, but Google Play Games is lightweight. Some really great user feedback. The next phase of the beta will be inviting more users to experience the product for themselves. Currently, we have restricted access to a small set of beta users who have signed up on the waitlist. We'll be opening up access instantly to active mobile players, that is AMPs, in order to gather even more feedback. AMPs are defined as players who are actively playing supported mobile games. From our research, we can see that they are 3.6 times as likely to play for more than 1 hour and have 2 times stronger retention over the first 7 days than non-AMPs. Next, I want to cover our plans for new market expansion beyond the 3 beta countries. We'll be unlocking our growth through staged tiering of availability. Right now, we're in the beta phase with AMPs coming on board at the VIP access phase, as you can see here. And just to note, but this term is not externally facing messaging, just something we're using internally. Afterwards, we will look to move into the early access phase and give access to all users who sign up and meet the minimum requirements. This is when we will activate our full marketing and PR engines to make a big splash in the market. Finally, general availability will come later as we continue to welcome in more users and countries into the program. Here's a calendar view of how our launch tiering will work. We intend to roll out additional markets in waves in order to carefully gather user feedback in each region and optimize the experience for all players. Wave 1 countries will consist of strong gaming markets in Southeast Asia and the Americas, and we are looking at VIP access in Q2 and early access in Q4. The US will also combine with Wave 1 if certain conditions are met. Wave 2 countries will consist of Japan, Europe, and others, with VIP access taking place in early Q4. You can see that we are planning general availability around the first half of 2023. Until then, we will also be expanding the devices that can access the program by lowering the minimum spec requirement. This will help us reach even more users around the world. Finally, I wanted to talk about partnership opportunities available to you, the developers. So when it comes to marketing, during the VIP access phase, we will be doing some light marketing investments with some paid activations. Next up, the early access phase will be our big go-to-market push and is where the majority of our marketing investment will come. And when it comes to the last stage, general availability, we will continue to drive awareness and growth with sustained marketing through various channels. Obviously, we would love for your games to be available on our service in time for that big early access push. To that end, we have 2 main asks. First, let us know if you're interested in joining the program via our event survey. We'll be sharing that link later. But decide which wave you would like to join. As I mentioned, we will have a staggered rollout. Joining earlier allows you to provide your users with VIP access and also grants eligibility for participation in our hero campaigns. We ask that builders submitted 60 days ahead of each wave launch with the dates listed here. Second, once your games are launched, we would love to collaborate with you to improve customer satisfaction. We want this to be a collaborative process, and we also have some SDKs which can help drive additional awareness. More to come on that. Lastly, I wanted to give a sneak peek into some of the creative that will be going live. Keep in mind this is still a work in progress, but hopefully it gives you a better sense of how we will be pushing awareness for our partners. So first, we have some off-store paid media examples. We will have variants that feature single titles as well as multiple titles at once. Next, we will have dedicated store featuring on the Google Play Store to drive awareness for the program. We will also have notifications being sent out to users that will direct them to a splash page and give them more information about the product. Finally, we are developing an in-game sign-up SDK that will notify users of the PC opportunity from directly inside the game app. Let us know if this is something you're interested in as well. So utilize the QR code here to send in your live questions. Oh, there's Ali. Want to give a quick hello to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Dan, for all the introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm Ali from the Developer Relations Engineer team. I'm based in Singapore, and I'm really happy today to be here with Dan to share with you all the exciting information about the Google Play game. For the next sections, we are trying to do live Q&A. So please do your best and give us as many questions as possible. We are really happy to receive the question, and we hope to answer all of your questions for today. Yeah.
Great. So how to ask questions. So first, scan the QR code here, and it will take you to Slido, which we're using to answer the live questions today. You'll see a Q&A chat box on the right side once you get into the site. You'll be able to submit your questions in the Slido chat box on the right side of the screen, or you can log in directly to slido.com and then utilize the hashtag GPG on PC, and then we'll address your questions in order. Great. So then while that is happening and getting in your questions, we did want to go through a few frequently asked questions just to kind of get that out of the way and let you guys know about this. So the first question, I'm interested in adopting Google Play games on PC after this webinar. What's next? So as I mentioned earlier, please do fill in the post-event survey. There'll be a separate QR code for that. And express interest, let us know which games you're wanting to bring over, and our Google Play team will follow up with you via email. Next, does Google Play games on PC support ads? So while ads are not supported yet, we understand that ads are a big part of game revenue for many game publishers and developers. So to that end, we have plans to start beta testing ad support at the end of Q2, and we'll be keeping developers updated on the progress. Next question, does Google Play games on PC support premium games? So our initial focus is free-to-play games, so premium game support is not available at this time. However, support for premium games is on our list of features under consideration post-launch. Next question, are there plans to bring Google Play games to Macs or other platforms? Our initial focus will be Windows PCs and Chromebooks, and other platforms will be considered in the future. Next question, how can I test my game on the actual GPG environment during the integration work? We will share a dev emulator where you can see the performance and run QA. If there's enough quality and graphics optimization, you can submit it to our review process. Next question, if I'm using the same APK as my mobile game, how do I include features, example, removing ads, that are unique to PC without affecting my mobile game? So we will provide a signal for identifying the device as a Google Play games on PC device. You can use this signal to perform a conditional check to see whether the user is on PC in order to include changes unique to the PC. Next question, how do in-app purchases work? Is there any additional work required to support them? So in-app purchases will happen within the PC game, just like they do on Android. So no additional changes are required by the developer to do work for their game. And finally, how do I reuse my mobile APK and include high-resolution assets without increasing the size of my mobile APK? So in order to use high-resolution assets without bloating your APK, you'll need to use Play Asset Delivery to dynamically deliver assets at runtime. This is partially a subjective requirement, so if your assets are already sufficiently high resolution, then this step can be ignored. And well, that looks like that's it for the frequently asked questions portion. So let's go to the live questions. So the first question, Ali, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so how is Play Game Service matching a user being signed into 2 devices running the same game at the same time? So at least we are not allowing one account playing the same 2 different devices at the same time, because a few people they consider this is kind of a cheating method. So we are not allowing that. As soon as the users log in into the second device, there will be a pop-up announcing that you are trying to place on 2 different devices, and the first device will be automatically logged out.
Great. So then the next question, Ali, you want to take this one again?
Yeah, sure. What game engines are supported? I think Dan's already covered that in the presentation. I just remind again. So all the popular game engines right now, like Unity, Unreal, Cocos 2D, is already support, and we work closely with Unity to make sure that happen very well. And for any game engines, even your original game engine as well, as long as you can maybe support and build the x86 APK, it will be support for the Google Play game as well.
Great. You want to just keep going? It looks like there's a lot of questions about development.
Yeah, that's great. I'm very happy to answer more and more questions. Should I use the same APK as my mobile game? Again, I think this is already a kind of thing that's done already, sir. I just remind you again, why it is possible for you to maybe have the option to separate the APK. We are strongly recommend that you should use only one APK as for both the mobile games and PC as well. And we can leverage the place access delivery to deliver different kind of quality of the access to the mobile game as well as the PC version. Yeah, for this question, is there standard for access quality when we bring the game to Google Play on PC? So again, this is not really a must-have requirement, but actually we suggest you to maybe provide a higher quality for the PC, because usually on the PC, the user will have the option to place on the bigger screen, higher resolution. So it's much more better if you can maybe provide a better quality access for all the users on PC. It will increase the user experience and they may maybe stick with the game longer.
Great. Next question is Google Games for PC available on Mac OS. So as mentioned, right now we're focusing on the product for Windows PCs and Chromebooks. Any future platforms are still just under consideration. Cool. And the next question, will I be able to give users a desktop shortcut to launch my game after installation? Yes. So, we want to make it as convenient as possible for users to jump in and play the game that they want. So yes, you'll be able to do this. And next question, will multi-boxing, so multiple instances of the game running at the same time, be supported? So the answer is no at this time. And I think Ali kind of alluded to it, but this is considered cheating by some game developers. So no, you will not be able to run multiple instances at the same time. And then next question, will video game controllers be supported like Xbox or other Bluetooth controllers? So the answer to this is also not at launch. However, we are considering this as a feature to add post-launch. Okay, looks like that's it for the questions. And again, feel free to reach out to us at any time if you have additional questions. So thanks so much, Ali, for joining us today. And that does wrap up today's webinar. So I hope this has been informative and we're looking forward to working closely with you all. Please do fill out the survey QR code, which we'll be showing soon, which will allow us to improve our product in future webinars. If you're interested in joining Google Play Games on PC, make sure to fill out this survey so that our teams can reach out to you directly with next steps. And thank you very much for your time.